I remember when she made me drink a ton of water. I didn't know why until she took me into the bathroom and went on her knees and said, "Okay, Baba, put it on me. Give me the golden shower." Like, what was this girl asking me to do? Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Baba, and welcome to another really embarrassing story. So today's story all takes place back in my high school years, and this was actually my grade 12 year. So my grade 12 year, I was actually graduating and getting out of high school. And honestly, I was really excited too, because I'm not gonna lie to you, school is probably the worst years of my life. Even though it may sound really entertaining throughout this channel of me telling all these insane stories, I won't lie, I never really enjoyed high school. Part of me wishes nowadays, since I'm older now, is that I wish I actually paid attention more in school and actually focused on an actual future and actually go to college. But I mean, thanks to you guys made my future more fun with doing these stories. But going on with this story, I remember one time in my grade 12 year, I was just walking around the school, just hanging out with some of my friends, and out of nowhere, I ended up seeing a girl that not a lot of guys really talk to. I didn't know why until I looked over at one of my friends and asked him, "Yo, bro, I'm just curious. Why does no one talk to that girl? Like, for real, in the beginning of the school year, she was all popular. Now she's just like, what, weird? Oh, bro, you didn't hear? Apparently she's like into like some really weird stuff, bro. Trust me, you don't want to talk to her." Well, I mean, she's not ugly. How bad could it be? I remember my friends ended up shrugging their shoulders because they didn't know why this girl was known to be so weird. So what I decided to do is actually walk up to her. I remember I walked up to her straight up and I said, "Hey, like, how's it going? I'm Bubba." "Oh, hey, Bubba. Yeah, I know about you. Some of the girls talk about you in class." "Oh, what did they say? Hopefully good things." "Well, I mean, other than, you being really good at Devil's Tango, they say some pretty weird stuff about you." "Okay, well, that sucks. But other than that, I mean, like, you down to like maybe hang out?" "Actually, you know what? You might be the perfect guy the more I think about it." When she said this, I did not know what she was talking about, but she ended up giving me her phone and we ended up exchanging social medias. And while one thing led to another, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was locked in. But right after this girl walks away, one of the guys that I used to play rugby with ended up walking up to me saying, "Yo, Bubba, what are you doing with that girl, bro?" I don't know, just, decided to talk to her. "Why? What's up?" "Bro, you do know that's like the weird girl, right? Like, she's major weird." "Yeah, no, I heard. I don't know why though. Do you know?" Well, no, I don't know, but like, all I'm saying is, bro, is like, it's your funeral." And he walked away. At this point, obviously something was really off with this girl. But me, you gotta understand, at this time in my life, I did a lot of the Devil's Tango. So I thought I was prepared for anything. My confidence boost was like to the max. So instantly right at that moment, I remember I ended up heading to my next class. And as I was in my next class, I remember I ended up getting a text message on my phone. It was from the girl that I just talked to. And she was like telling me about like, life and stuff and how she had a pretty hard childhood. And, she started basically trauma dumping me. And girls do this a lot for some reason. They think like right away when they meet a new person in their life, they think trauma dumping is probably the smartest thing to do. When in reality, girls, if you're watching this, it's really a turnoff. But obviously I was being nice about it and I was listening in on everything. And then one thing led to another. I remember she ended up saying, "Oh, so like after school, what do you want to do?" "Oh, I was thinking of maybe like, hanging out, just chilling." "Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking we go back to my place." I mean, we can, but like, don't you like want to like hang out first?" "I mean, yeah, we can. I'm down." Now, the reason I didn't instantly decide to go to her place was because obviously I wanted to actually get to know this girl to make sure I wasn't going into some crazy stuff. Because even though I was super confident in myself, obviously I wanted to know why everyone thought she was so weird. So one thing led to another. I remember after school came around and me and her, we ended up meeting up in front of the school. We got in my car and I started driving to the mall. As I was driving to the mall though, I remember she started getting really touchy with me and started putting her hand on my thigh and stuff and basically was signaling that she was really in the mood. I didn't know why, but obviously I was like, kind of just telling her to calm down and stuff because I get it. I was attractive back in high school, but I don't think I was that attractive. But once we got to the mall, I remember me and her, we started walking around and I started basically telling her about myself this time. And well, I'm not gonna lie, we got along pretty well. We both realized that we both enjoyed doing the Devil's Tango. But other than that, we both enjoyed the same foods and stuff. And I remember as we were walking through the mall, out of nowhere, she ended up seeing this bubble tea place. Now, I like bubble tea. I think bubble tea is a really good drink. And I remember I ended up going up to the bubble tea place and ordering a drink. And she did the same thing as well, except the one thing that was really odd is that after when she got her drink into her hand, me and her started walking around and I started to realize that this girl was not drinking her bubble tea. I looked at her and said, "Oh, are you like not thirsty? Do you not want it anymore?" "Oh, yeah, I'm actually not that thirsty. Here, you want to drink it?" Yeah, sure, I'll drink it." So I remember after I finished mine, I ended up drinking hers, but halfway through drinking hers, I remember I wasn't really feeling it anymore because I felt like I had too many bubbles or bobas, I guess it's called. And basically I was planning on throwing it away. But as I was about to throw it away, she looks at me and says, "Bubba, are you seriously gonna waste that? There's no way. I mean, it's not that much left. Bubba, just drink it all. Come on, you're gonna need it for later." "I'm gonna need What? What are you talking about? At this point, she went silent and started giggling, but I did not know what she meant when she said that, and it started to make me worry. Was this the weird thing that everyone was talking about? Well, later on, you guys will figure out what it was, because I remember after we finished hanging out at the mall, me and her, we went back to the parking lot and got in my car. And when I got inside my car, I remember I was just basically planning on just driving her back to her place and dropping her off, but she had other plans in mind, because I remember she looked at me and said, "Oh, Bubba, I was just wondering, want to like actually head back to my place?" Yeah, okay, sure. You know what? We'll go back to your place. And I remember we ended up driving back to her place. I parked the car, and I remember once I walked through her house doors, I instantly realized I had to go to the bathroom. So I look at her and say, "Oh, so I was just wondering, where's your bathroom?" "Oh, don't worry, you're not gonna need it right now. We can use it later." "No, but I need to go to the bathroom now." "Oh, Bubba, trust me, you're gonna need it for later." "What do you mean I'm gonna need it for later? What are you asking me to do? Do a urine test?" At this point, I didn't know what this girl was talking about, nor what she needed. And then one thing led to another. I remember I ended up going into her kitchen with her, and then she pulled out like 4 different water bottles, and I looked at her saying, "Oh, are you thirsty?" "Oh no, this is for you. Don't worry about it." And then she ended up taking me into her bedroom with the water bottles that she had in her hand, and one thing led to another. She put them all on the nightstand. At this point, I was questioning what was going on, but then right as I was questioning everything, she ended up hopping onto me and started making out with me on her bed. So at this point, I'm weirded out, but at the same time, I started making out with this girl, but I still had to go to the bathroom. So I remember I look at this girl once again, and I look at her in the eyes and said, "Yo, listen, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna be for real with you here." "Oh, okay, well, you know what? Here, follow me." At this moment, me and her, we ended up going to the bathroom. She showed me where it was, but right as I go in, she comes in right behind me. She comes in with me, and she looks at me and says, "Okay, I'm ready for this." She ended up going on her knees, and she took off everything, and she said, "Okay, Bubba, give it to me." And at that point, I'm like, what do you mean give it to you? At this point, she was basically asking me to urinate on her, or as people would say, do a golden shower. For some reason, this is actually a thing that people are into. It's really gross. In my opinion, don't do this, okay? It's disgusting. So I look at this girl and I think she is crazy. I'm starting to think, whoa, okay, don't get me wrong, you're hot, but this is freaky. And at that moment, everything clicked, because I started to understand what everyone was talking about when they said this girl was a weirdo, bro. So that moment, I remember I was really weirded out, and I didn't pull out my eggplant, nothing. I just looked at her and said, "Okay, listen, there's a lot of things I would do with a woman during the devil's tango, but this is the one thing that I will not do, okay? Like, I am not crazy." She looks at me and gets up and says, "Wait, you think I'm crazy? Are you kidding me? Who do you think you are right now? Okay, like, I get it, you do a lot of the devil's tango, but you are just not him, okay? So you know what? Maybe you should just leave." Honestly, you know, that's probably not a bad idea. She ended up grabbing me by the wrist and actually taking me to her front door and actually basically kicked me out. And even though I was really hurt by it, I remember I got so upset to the point where I ended up going to her front lawn and actually urinated on her front lawn. If anything, I'd rather feed the grass than feed her. I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to say anymore because, well, I don't want this video to get demonetized, but one thing's for sure, that day I started to realize that there are definitely some weirdos out there. But if you guys wouldn't do it and do the same thing as me, then just fall for more embarrassing stories. Let's see how many of you guys are actually weirdos. Peace out, guys.